Today, July 31st, 2019, Husqvarna dealers all across the United States got an email from Steve Brinkman, VP Product Management, North America, and Alex DeCourcy, VP Dealer and Distributor Sales, North America. And in this email, they go on to tell dealers that after 2019, Husqvarna will no longer be producing walk-behind mowers that are gas-powered. So no push mowers and no self-propelled mowers with a gas-powered engine. So right here is what the email says. Dear valued Husqvarna dealer, last year Husqvarna took a decision to exit manufacturing of walk-behind mowers. As a result, we closed our McRae, Georgia manufacturing facility in the second quarter of this year, 2019. Husqvarna had planned to continue to offer our industry-leading all-wheel drive walk-behind mower produced by a key manufacturing partner to interested partners. However, given the current uncertainty concerning the threatened U.S. tariffs on List 4, we have decided these tariffs will not allow an economically feasible sale of our Husqvarna petrol walk-behind mowers to the U.S. market. They will remain available in select other markets and channels. This has been a difficult but necessary decision. We sincerely appreciate your loyalty and look forward to continuing our relationship with you through our extensive range of automower, zero turns, tractors, and handheld products, services, and solutions. Sincerely, Steve Brinkman, Alex DeCourcy. So where do we start with all this? Well, let's back up a few months here and add another piece to this puzzle. A few months back, they were having the Husqvarna dealer booking meetings for snowblowers, and they were going over all the snowblower information and stuff like that. And at some of the meetings, they had a product manager or some other important people to do with snowblowers or wheeled goods at these meetings. And at one of the meetings, one of the dealers, when they were asking just random questions, one of the dealers asked about the walk-behind lineup and why there had to be so many models, and couldn't they do anything about that? The answer that was given back then, and again, this was early 2019, was that for 2020, they were going to slim down the lineup to about 6 units, and that would be it. So everybody was pretty excited about that. Not so much stuff to stock, and just easier to learn the products and have the product information and know the differences between them, etc., etc., etc. Now, fast forward to July, just a few months later, and here we are getting a notice that they're not going to make any more at all with a gas-powered engine. So that's a pretty big change there, going from slimming down the lineup of, well, they got a big lineup, if you haven't noticed, of walk-behind mowers, gas-powered. And then they're going to slim it down to 6. That right there was a huge deal. Now going from that to absolutely none next year, that's going to be tough on dealers and consumers. So why is this going to be tough on dealers? We'll start there. Well, first of all, you're going to be selling a product that consumers will know is not going to be around after this year. Basically they're going to sell what they have left in inventory, and when they're gone, they're gone. Nothing is going to replace that. So this year, 2019, they did away with the Poland Pro push mowers. They were a pretty big seller. They were a good, solid, cheap unit that dealers could take advantage of just as something to fill an order, or to have that mower to compete at a certain price point, or just something to build their numbers a bit. It wasn't something you made a ton of money on, but you didn't have to do a whole lot to sell them just because of the price. So they became unavailable in 2019, so they're gone. Rototillers are on their way out the door too, and now you're going to take away the Husqvarna branded gas-powered walk-behind lineup. So that's a big hit right there to the booking plans that any dealers have. And if you're not familiar with what I mean by booking, for anybody that's not a dealer or never worked at a dealer or doesn't understand this, what happens is you buy so much equipment and you get into a certain bracket or a certain buying level. Usually you do this in the fall, and that sets your levels and goals for the upcoming year. And push mowers, yeah, they don't sell for near as much as a zero turn or a tractor, but hey, they add up, and you sell a good many of them. So you're going to take that away from dealers. So now they're not going to be able to. They're going to have to find something else to make up that money there where they would buy, but they need to make it up with something that's going to sell. And this is probably going to take a year or more to figure out, what they're going to use there. And some dealers might just go with another brand altogether, if this isn't available. So it's going to hurt the buying power of dealers. That's going to be the first place you're going to see it for a dealer. The next one is, after these are gone, what do you tell customers? Hey, yeah, you want that model, you're set on that model, don't have it, can't get it. Buy this other brand over here. That's going to be tough to do. I mean, this is one of those things where Husqvarna always said, yeah, we have the largest catalog of lawn and garden products. We have everything. We have tillers, we have walk-behind mowers, push mowers, auto mowers, blah, 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 zero turns, tractors, all that stuff. Now you don't have that anymore. So now it's hard to get the person that just moves into the neighborhood that comes in and they need to buy a lawn tractor, a push mower, a leaf blower, or a string trimmer, and sell them all the same product and cut them a deal because they're buying all the same brand. That is out the window now. So that's going to make it a little bit tougher. Going back to the booking and the buy-in part of being a dealer, what they have left is it. So dealers right now can buy up whatever inventory is left and have a good supply of these on hand to hopefully get them into the spring of next year. But the problem with that is then the dealer is spending all their money now, and they're not going to have as much or need to spend as much come the fall when it's time to place your orders to determine where your bracket's going to be for the following year, which would be 2020. If you get what I'm saying there, instead of waiting to spend the money towards 2020, they're going to be spending more money now in 2019. So come 2020, there's a big chunk of cash that Husqvarna is going to lose out on. The dealer's not going to have the same discounts or promotions available to them if they don't meet the numbers they need to meet in another way, which might mean taking on more tractors or zero turns or robotic mowers, something of that sort, which are higher end items. And if you don't sell them and you have them on a floor plan after whatever the terms are, whether it's a year or 18 months or something like that, the dealer starts paying interest on those units. Now, it's one thing to take a couple push mowers, and if they're at your dealership past that time period and you have to start paying interest on it, you can go on there and you can just pay that off. You still have it to sell, it's still brand new, but you're not paying interest on it anymore. That's a little bit harder to do when you're talking like $3,000 to $5,000 zero turns and tractors and stuff like that. $200 or $300 here and there for a push mower, yeah, you can pay them off and get out of paying the interest. But taking on more of those large ticket items like the tractors and zero turns and robotic mowers to try to meet your numbers to get better buying power, it's going to make it tough. And I think a lot of dealers are going to shy away from that because they don't want to take the risk of having that stuff sit around because everything has gotten so competitive these days. It's tough to say, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to sell X amount of this tractor and X amount of this zero turn because there's just so much competition out there. I know firsthand the effect that when the Poland Pro push mowers went away, what that had on dealerships and where the customers went after that. That opened the door for Craftsman. Craftsman has these cheap push mowers and walk-behind mowers, and they're made by MTD now, and they snuck right in there and they stole a large chunk of those sales that would have been for the Poland Pro line of mowers. Ace Hardware, they used to sell the Poland Pro mowers. You could get them through Ace. Now, of course, they've switched over to Craftsman because, one, the Poland Pros aren't available anymore, and two, because Ace is, a place that sells Craftsman now. You're also going to have this in Lowe's stores. You know, right now they have Craftsman and they have Husqvarna, but next year Husqvarna goes away. Big chunk of cash going now to MTD and Stanley Black and Decker rather than Husqvarna. So this is only going to drive people more to the big box stores. If you're a dealer that's Husqvarna only, what are you going to sell them now? You don't have an option. So the customer that's coming into you to buy a lawn tractor, that's one more reason for them not to buy from you when they could go to Lowe's or somewhere like that and they can buy a tractor and a push mower and a trimmer and all that stuff all at one spot and be done with it. That's going to make it tough on the dealers. I'm telling you, you watch and see. You know, number one, you're not going to have the buying power because you're not going to have these mowers here to fill in on orders for, you know, tractors and zero turns to get the better booking levels. And you're not going to have the mowers like this. You know, mid-season, you have to order so many units to get prepaid freight. So if you need a tractor, you need to take this is what they would call a wheeled good. You would need to take 10 wheeled goods to get prepaid freight, or you're paying freight on every item that's shipped in. So if you need, say, 3 tractors and you have to order a total of 10 units, do you want to order 10 tractors or a combination of, you know, zero turns and tractors to equal 10? No, you would order the tractors you needed to order, and then you would order some of the cheapest push mowers or walk behind mowers you could order to get your numbers up there to that number 10 and get your prepaid freight without having to spend any more than really needed. And, you know, getting the cheap push mowers were something that you knew was going to sell pretty easily. Or if they didn't, again, like I said, you could go into the floor plan, you could pay them off, your money's not being tied up, and they're not costing you more money then in the end. The really surprising part about this, like I say, is Husqvarna always said about having the largest catalog of outdoor power equipment out there. And they would always, you know, kind of refer to it as, we're giving you the ammunition you need. You know, we're completely stocking you. You've got all this different ammo to go after a customer. You can sell them push mowers, tractors, zero turns, blah, blah, blah. All they've done now is, with the loss of the Poland Pro lineup, which was the cheaper lower end stuff, which you could be competitive on then for the people that are price shopping, that's gone. The push mowers, the chainsaws, all that stuff, that's gone. Push mowers were about the most decent thing that Poland Pro had going for them. But again, they're gone. Now the Husqvarna walk behinds and push mowers, branded Husqvarna with gas engines in the United States, gone. Rototillers, like we said, they're going to be gone. So right there is basically 3 big bullets out of the gun for dealers, if you will. You know, if somebody came in before, and we keep going back to this, where somebody comes in, they want to buy everything all at once. If they came in and they're buying they were looking to buy a push mower, a tractor or zero turn, and a string trimmer, okay? If they weren't set on spending a lot of money, they could buy a better tractor and just buy the cheaper push mower then. You know, the dealer is going to make that sale one way or another because they had all these resources available to them. Now those resources are gone. I can't stress enough how big of a deal that is for dealers and how badly that will end up hurting, especially the Husqvarna only dealers, and then the dealers right after that have a lineup of push mowers or walk behinds that aren't as competitive price wise as some of the Craftsman stuff and things like and brands like that. Too many people these days price shop rather than shopping for the equipment they need for their job. And yeah, we don't like that in the power equipment industry, but you know, at the end of the day, it's money that they're spending. You know, either they can spend it with you or they can spend it somewhere else, but they're going to spend it. So it's money out the door. If you're a dealer, it's gone. You're going to have to fight and scratch and claw and find a new way to make up that money now because you just lost this opportunity here to make money. So now on the consumer side, one of the positives is, of course, anytime something's being discontinued or going away, there's always the potential for closeout sales, clearances, and stuff like that. So there's going to be a good opportunity for you to save some money on one of these Husqvarna push mowers or walk behind mowers if you keep shopping around, whether it be through Lowe's or your local dealer that's going to switch over to another brand or something like that. Keep your eyes out, because the opportunity will be there. You watch and see. So now where the consumers lose out is if you've got a Husqvarna dealer in town there that you want to deal with, and you're shopping for, a zero turn or a tractor, and you're going to want some kind of a trim mower, push mower, walk behind, whatever, to go along with that. You're not going to be able to get everything all at that same place. You're going to have to go there, get your large ticket item, and shop somewhere else to get your trim mower. So that's going to make it tougher on you, and probably lead to you just wanting to get something from somewhere else, because it's convenient. If you can get all your stuff that you want at the same place, why not? It's convenient. And that's one of the things that Husqvarna has sold dealers on for years, and sold customers on, and dealers have sold customers on that. Hey, we've got it all. Just come shop here, get everything all at once. Now that's gone. So you're going to have to do your homework. If you have one of these mowers that's got some age to it, and it's got some issues, and you really liked it, it's gone. Now you're going to shop around and find a new brand to go with. So it's going to be a little bit challenging for the consumer on that part. The other thing that's going to be challenging is, are you going to be wanting to buy one of these mowers knowing that they're not going to be around anymore? And it'll still have a 3-year warranty on it, but they guarantee lifetime guarantees for the life of the machine, which is 7 years after they stop making that model, that product. Then that's it. The lifetime warranty is out. Now again, these would only have a 3-year warranty, but if a lifetime or limited lifetime warranty, however they want to phrase it for certain products, is only good for 7 years after the production ends of that product, you kind of got to be leery that, okay, they're stopping to make these now, so 7 years from now, how many parts are still going to be available? And a lot of people would say, well, it's just a walk-behind mower. Why are you keeping it for 7 years? Well, a lot of people do. If you're spending $400 to $500 on one of these things, and you're just using it to trim here and there, why wouldn't it last that long? I would imagine, it's pretty basic stuff on these, and I would imagine they will have parts in stock for quite a while. But again, there's always that chance. So, hey, it's going to be tough for everybody on this one, but that's where things stand right now. They're going to be available in other countries, as you heard me read from the email, or other what did they call other channels. But here in the United States, they will not have walk-behind and self-propelled mowers with gas-powered engines on them. They will, though, still, according to people we've talked to, offer battery-powered walk-behinds and self-propelled mowers. Now, that is an option. That's a little tougher for people that are used to the gas-powered stuff, and certain jobs just require gas-powered stuff yet. That's all there is to it. Battery is nice, but hey, it's not 100% there to where it can work 100% of the time and 100% of the occasions. Yeah, you can mow steeper slopes with it and stuff like that, because you don't have to worry about the oil. You don't have to worry about carburetor problems. There's no filters, stuff like that. It's going to be very interesting to see this unfold, especially spring of next year, and how this goes with the dealers that are currently carrying Husqvarna products that are going to be discontinued, and what Husqvarna does from here. There's a lot of dealers that are upset over the fact that Lowe's is now carrying automowers and selling them to customers, and then the dealers have to go out and install them for Lowe's. If that wasn't bad enough, then they allowed them to be sold through Tractor Supply's website, and then worked that deal with Amazon to sell the automowers directly from Amazon. And that has made a lot of dealers very upset. The reason being was because back in 2016, 2017, when they were trying to get dealers to sign up to deal in automowers, and they told those dealers that you will not find these mowers in these big box stores and places like that. These will be dealer only, blah, 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 blah. And fast forward to 2019, here we are, and they're available all over the place. So that has not had a very good effect on dealers, you know. There's a nice little spin on it that, yeah, the customer's finding them in Lowe's, and then you, the dealer, get to go out and do the install and maybe sell the customer on a better unit. It's just not working out very well for a whole lot of dealers. And you take that, coupled with the fact that these mowers here are going away, which, as we explained there, that were good money makers for dealers and help fill orders and just bring customers in the door. They were pretty easy to sell. Now that's gone. Rototillers are going to be phased out as well. Not a whole lot of people selling rototillers yet, and that's just across the board. Doesn't matter what brand it is. Things have just changed as far as gardening's done and stuff. But still, it's another product gone. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out and what Husqvarna does next. They're going all in basically on the robotic mowers, on the auto mowers, and they've got a really good product there. I just don't think that you're going to have an easy time finding somebody that comes into a dealership looking to spend, $300 on a push mower to mow their eighth of an acre and getting them to jump up to $1,500 or more to buy a robotic mower. That's going to be a tough sell. On paper, it sounds really good because of the advantages of the robotic mower. But if a person's only got, $300 to $400 in their wallet, that's it. If they can't afford it, they can't afford it. So we'll see how this plays out. So that's enough rambling on about this. We would love to hear your opinions on this, whether you're a dealer, consumer, whatever. We want to hear your feedback on this. Please be sure to leave some comments below. Tell us how you feel or what you think is going to happen here. Anything you got to say at all regarding this decision by Husqvarna to do away with their gas-powered push mowers and walk-behind mowers here in the United States. We would love to hear it. This is your opportunity to voice your opinion. Who knows, maybe somebody from the company will hear it. But at any rate, it's just going to be interesting to see what happens, and we can't wait to hear from all of you. So thanks for watching.